You're the Frugal Crafter. Today in this art marketing vlog, I'm going to talk about getting paid in fun. This video is brought to you by richmombusiness.com and their free handmade training course. If you want to start a handmade business but you don't know where to begin, check out our course. It'll take you from the beginning to figuring out what to sell all the way to launching that store. All those little steps that you need to do, no wasted time. You can benefit from the expertise that Renee Christine has over at richmombusiness.com, and it is a very helpful course. I've used it myself on my brick and mortar shop, and I know it can benefit you too, whether you're selling online or at craft fairs or in stores. You can find them at freehandmadetraining.com, and there'll be a link in the video description as well. So, paid in fun. I am an artist. I get to do what I love every day. Gosh, I even feel a little bad for charging people for it because I have such an awesome time. That's great. That's how you should feel when you go to work every day. But you know what? You deserve to be paid fairly. When I used to work in radio, I would always check the trade publications for jobs in warmer climates. But the pay was always terrible. And when I would talk to the program directors at these stations, they'd say, yeah, but you get paid in sunshine. My landlord didn't take sunshine as payment though, so there was a little problem there. I think a lot of people assume that since you're a crafter or an artist that you get paid in fun. You have so much fun making it that you shouldn't charge much for your work. That's crazy. You are an artist making a unique thing. That makes it more valuable than less valuable. Just because you enjoy doing it doesn't mean you don't deserve to get paid for it. So first of all, you need to learn how to price your work. You need to figure out what you want to make. Most artists and crafters at best charge wholesale for their work. So that means they take their cost of materials and their cost of labor, their own labor, whatever they want to make by an hour, and that's what they charge. See, that's what your wholesale price would be. That's what you would sell it to stores at, and then the stores would mark it up and resell it to the public. So if you are doing that, try adding a little bit more to your price so that you can account for profit. Because really what your materials are and your labor, that is how much the object should cost wholesale, not how much it should cost retail. So keep that in mind. You also need to learn to stand by that price. Often I find that if you price things fairly at a good price, you're going to attract a much better customer that appreciates your work, not just a bargain hunter that wants to buy a bunch of things for gifts and never give it a second thought. Also, I find if you price your things low, people tend to haggle and dicker and want to have a better deal. And what I find works for me, instead of discounting anything, I'll do a like a free with like buy two get one free, or you know, my earrings are $5 a piece or 3 for $10. And granted, that's not a high price, but those are my really quick to make earrings that are my cash cow in my craft fairs. So that way you can give more to your best customers, give them a better deal without discounting stuff. So I find that works for me, and something you might want to try rather than doing just a straight discount or sale in your store. You need to educate your customer about your product, and that's how you can get a fairer price for your work, by writing a blog post and telling them why you choose certain materials over others, why you buy gold-filled findings instead of gold-plated findings. Show them the value that they're getting because you are a knowledgeable, expert crafter, and you deserve to be paid fairly for your work. Also, doing video tutorials. You may think, this is crazy, Lindsay. Why would I show somebody how to make the artwork that I'm selling? Because they will appreciate it more. If they see you spend 45 minutes doing some elaborate wire working, they're not going to dicker with you on your price, because they're going to know that they probably can't do that without a lot of training, and secondly, they're going to see the love and the work that you put into your art, and it's going to make them value their purchase a lot more. Something else to be aware of is the pitfalls of charging less and discounting your products. So if you really ought to be paid $50 for a particular necklace, but you decide to take $35, that means you're going to have to work faster, make twice as much to cover that loss in profit. And if you're working faster, your work's going to suffer, and then your work is going to be worth less because it obviously was just slapped together. So there's a pitfall. You need to plan in the amount of time you want to spend on the work and make sure you're charged for your time, because if you start churning out cheap jewelry, cheap artwork, cheap cards, and they fall apart, nobody's going to pay the price that you want for them. So in order to get a quality price for your items, you need to put out quality work, and you can't do that if you're rushing, because you need to make up in volume where you're losing by not pricing it correctly. I hope this video helped you have the courage to price your artwork fairly. You deserve it. Just make sure your customers know what you're putting into your work and why it's valuable. And if you want more information about starting that handmade business, check out richmombusiness.com's free handmade training course at freehandmadetraining.com. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.